Hey guys, so we have this week's data download here, and with the data download we do have the Zenkai for Legends Road Green Gotenks. Now, we sort of knew this was coming based off of the fact that in the wording for the event description, his Legends Road event description, it does mention Zenkai in there, so this is not unexpected. This is why we did end up having that summon maintenance for today. So I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at his kit here. The first thing to note about this unit is that he actually has very high defenses. Obviously, he's a defense type. So his offensive stats are going to struggle a little bit, but his defense stats are actually really good. 190,000 strike and 185,000 blast defense are very, very good. I'm actually going to see if I can pull up a comparable Zenkai. Actually, Green Broly is the most recent defense unit Zenkai. I'll pull him up real quick and just compare. So Zenkai, 14 stars. Honestly, it's not that much different. And then the offensive stats as well, 269, 252. We have 263, and then obviously the blast attack a little bit lower. So overall, the stats are lower for Gotenks, but that obviously makes a lot of sense because he is a free-to-play unit. You can get him 14 stars completely free-to-play, although I don't recommend it because the the drop rate on the Z-Power in his event is terrible. I wouldn't really say it's worth going all the way to 14. Maybe just get to 7 and then call it a day there. Conserve your energy for other things that you might want to be doing. So, very, very nice stat spread for a defensive type of unit. His main ability is back for more. What did it do before he awakened? Just destroyed all cards and randomly draws 4 new ones and 25% health. Now, destroys all cards, randomly draws 4 new ones, 25% health. Now he also gets Ki by 30 and applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 for 20 timer counts. Okay, that doesn't sound great. Okay, fine, it's fine, I guess. Unique ability number 1. Let's see if it changes. So we got 1, 10, 40 for 20 counts. So 1, 10, 40. 1, 10, 40. And he reduces enemy Ki by 20. So it's literally the same. He just reduces enemy Ki by 20 when he switches out. That's correct, right? Yeah, it's pretty much all they did. So when he switches out, he reduces enemy Ki by 20, which can be good, because if you're getting combo with this unit and you switch out to another unit, he's going to reduce their Ki by 20, which is obviously a pretty impactful change. It's going to let them use one less arts card in their combo, which is pretty good. Next one is Super Confident Fusion. Didn't even have a second one, he just had this one pretty much. Alright, so Super Confident Fusion, so he keeps this, and he also gets 30% damage. Okay. Cannot be cancelled for 60 counts. Okay, and then the first Zenkai unique unlocked at Zenkai level 3. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Plus 10% damage inflicted by allied tag Fusion Warrior or Legends Road for 10 timer counts. And he also gets 20% to Ki recovery. Okay. This doesn't sound that good to me. So, if you guys aren't aware, faced with an enemy means every time this unit switches in, or every time the enemy switches out while this unit is on the battlefield. So, if you switch in with this unit, allies are going to get these the 10% damage inflicted buff that are part of both of these tags. But the annoying part about that is it's not going to apply to your allies, obviously, unless you switch out to an ally. So, I don't know, switching in with this guy and applying this buff to your whole allied team isn't really too impactful. Obviously, it's going to affect himself, which is great. So he's going to get an extra 10% just for being there, but I don't really think this is too crazy. And then the last Zenkai unique ability unlocked at Zenkai 6 applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 40% damage inflicted, pretty good. And then nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 20 counts. So he's immune to being, like, you know, paralyzed and all that stuff for 20 counts from start of battle, which is okay. Overall, this guy doesn't really seem too great, honestly. Not really super impressed. Regular strike, regular blast. Special move is Galactic Donuts. Deals major impact damage. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% of damage received for 20 counts on hit. Okay, it's very standard. And then the green card is 25% damage inflicted for 15 counts, like pretty much the most basic green card you could possibly have. Holds 2 strikes, and then he buffs Legends Road with the Zenkai ability as we expected. And he is the third Legends Road unit to get a Zenkai Awakening, so now you can run pretty much a full, or not really a full, but a triple Zenkai Legends Road team with Kid Goku, the future transforming Trunks, and now this Gotenks. I don't know, I feel like this guy could have been good if he released like a month or two ago, but right now in the meta, I mean, we have so many powerful purple units. Like obviously we have the new UI Goku, who does more damage versus fusion units, and guess what, he's green, so that's not really good for him. We also obviously have the Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who's like the other powerhouse that you see in almost every single match. So I don't know, this guy's new, he's not really used too often, but he's there. This blue Vegeta is pretty common to see. Zamasu's still pretty common to see. What else we got? I mean, you see Super Vegeta every now and then, but he's not really too common. I mean, yeah, again, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and UI Goku you see so often that I don't know if this guy's going to even be able to fulfill his role as being a defense type unit. So I guess we will see once we use him. In terms of the damage he's getting 40, 70%, and if you want to add this other 10%, he's getting 80% damage, which actually is pretty good. He also gets card draw speed, and then reduces arts cost time, and he also does get sustained damage cut, but it's only when he is switched to standby. So after his 10 timer counts have been elapsed, then he comes back in. He's gonna have like 10 timer counts left on this, which isn't bad, but I don't know. He seems okay. He's definitely not bad at all. He's not a bad unit whatsoever. For a free character, he's fairly good. But I'm just thinking in terms of the meta right now, and like how good he'll fare on the teams that he's supposed to fit on, which are Legends Road and Fusions. Hybrids didn't really seem like they designed him to be good on hybrid team. It's a shame because hybrids really did want a good green unit. I guess you could run him on there, but like he's not. None of this stuff is really applying to allies, only himself. I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm not really too impressed with this, to be honest. He's probably gonna be decent, but I don't know. After seeing units like Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 and then Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Goku and stuff like that, like this just I'm over this. Like fine. Honestly, this is how Zenkai should be. Like they should be like this, where they're pretty good, but not overly dominant. I would rather have Zenkais like this instead of Zenkais like 18, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, units like that. Like that's what the game needs. You don't need just units that completely dominate everybody else. So honestly, this is a well-designed unit. It's just, unfortunately, the units that are not well-designed are going to pummel this guy. And obviously, he's not really going to fare well in a meta. This unit's like one of the most popular units in the meta to be used right now because he's brand new and he's like the new shiny tool, the new shiny toy, right? So that is Gotenks. We also have a few story events. Well, not really story events, but events coming out. We have the new co-op stage, which is Gotenks versus Super Boo, which is where you get the tickets to summon on the banner to Zenkai Gotenks. We have a new raid coming out versus Jiren, where UI Goku is the special unit. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice to have another raid. I wish they do more of these more often. Then we actually have the Gotenks banner. And here's something about the Gotenks banner, right? So they give you a ticket or a crystal option. Obviously, I recommend doing the tickets because it's free. All you do is play the game, but it is tedious. So the crystal option, based off of the drop rates of the Awakening power here, it looks like this is the old format, where it's not like it's only like 70 is the highest you could possibly get in the old format, as opposed to now where 70 is like the least you could possibly get. So if you're gonna spend crystals to Zenkai this character, like it's gonna take you a lot because of how little Awakening power you're getting. At least that's what I'm seeing from DBZ Space. Maybe when the game goes live this is wrong and we'll see what actually comes out, but based off of what I'm seeing here, this is like abysmally bad if you want to use crystals, so that sucks. But I do recommend just using the tickets anyway because that's more free-to-play friendly. We do have an Awakened equipment, Awakened Let's Go Vegeta #1. This is obviously the awakening of this one right here. So to compare both of them, this one can be used on any God Key unit, whereas this Awakened version can be used on any God Key plus Goku unit. So this was obviously mostly designed to be used on the new UI Goku. The Super Saiyan Blue Zenkai Goku also benefits greatly from this too, because if you take a look at what it does, the biggest change that this has is that it used to only be blast attack in slot 1. Now it can be blast or strike. So that's good. And then the other stats just increased a lot. And then the last slot, actually not even a lot, but the last slot did get health restoration, which is nice because this Goku does heal on his main ability. This Goku heals on his green card. So that is pretty nice to have. In terms of the actual values of the equipment that goes from regular to Awakening, it's not that much different. I mean, we have, what, 18 to 20? Middle slot goes 18 to 25. That's actually a pretty big difference. And then the last slot is 13, but then it also gets the additional stat here. So this is a very, very powerful equipment. I really don't care too much about Awakened equipments, but this one might be one that I actually go for. So that's that one. And what is this? Oh, these are missions. So we have these missions, Zenkai Road Gotenks. Or, yeah, Zenkai Road Gotenks. I think this is the first time they've had this, right? Let's see. So energy, just use a bunch of energy. Use 500 energy, thanks. Appreciate that one. So you battle 50 times using Fusion Warrior characters, KO a character, play PvP, unlock his Awakening cores in his Soul Boost panel, raise his friendship ranks. There's a lot of ways that they're giving you free Awakening power for this unit. I don't even know how many there are here. I'm not going to count them all, but this has to be like 2,000 Awakening power or something. Looks to be around there, maybe like 2,500. But yeah, there's better ways to get the Awakening power other than just farming co-op mindlessly because it's just so boring. But that's that. We have the Extreme Clash missions. I don't believe we've actually had these before because I don't remember ever having missions that give you these medals. I think the only way we were able to get these medals in the past was from the actual rewards given out post-raid being done. But now you can get up to 5 from doing these missions. You also get gold bell, you get a coin, you get a platinum coin, you get a multi-Z power 50 for extreme. So do the raid 10 times, and that's it. You get all this stuff for free, pretty much, which is good. And then lastly, we just have a bunch of miscellaneous missions here. You know, KO a character, blah 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 blah, clear a battle. Like this is just you play the game, you get free stuff. That's it. So, pretty good. Small update. I'm not a huge fan of the Gotenks because I think he's just not broken. And if you're not broken in this meta, you're not going to be good. So, that's just unfortunately how it is. New raid, very, very nice. And with that said, that's pretty much all we got. So, not a huge update, but a lot of stuff for free-to-play players to grind up. So, get to it. I will see you guys all in the next one.